Hi guys, so you join me again after work o'clock on a Friday and I'm back at Mousehole Lakes. This week I'm on Kingfisher for vlog 20 and I'm actually in swim 4. So I don't think I've covered it on the vlog before, so fingers crossed this will be a good one. I'm going to do a couple thank yous once I've got set up, but for now I need to finish getting set up and get the rods out. So for now, all it leaves me to say is, roll the intro. So firstly guys, I need to say a thank you to Joff of CarpBasics, who's actually provided me the bait for this session to review. Obviously I've tested their ocean's fruit, this time it's the Red Lobster Crunch. So let's see if I can catch it. I had success last time out, let's see if I can do it this time. Don't forget guys, tomorrow, Saturday the 11th, is CarpBasics open day at Mousehole Lakes. Alright guys, so thought I'd try something new. Friday night delight, here we go. So right rod is going to go on that solid PVA bag with a CarpBasics Red Lobster in there, it's a wafter. The middle rod is going to go again on a CarpBasics Red Lobster wafter topped with a little pink pop up there, so that's quite nice. And then my left hand rod is going to be two CarpBasics yellow pop ups on a Ronnie rig. So that's Friday night taken care of. Let's show you where the spots are. Alright guys, so just going to put the first rod out for Friday evening, and it's the maiden voyage of the new boat. Just bought the new ND bait boat too, and it's going to be going out for the first time. Give you a little look. I think I might move the battery a bit, but let's show you where that spot's going to be for tonight. We are going tight to the island. Normally I would be kind of holding the rod and doing it all, getting the line all nice and tight. There we go, that's released. I'm going to sort out my line guys. Alright guys, so now I'm going to get out the middle rod, which is actually on a CarpBasics Red Lobster wafter topped with, again, CarpBasics nice pink pop-up. Right then guys, then my last rod for Friday evening is the CarpBasics double yellow pop-ups on a Ronnie rig. It's going out towards the corner of the island, but about 4 foot off hopefully. So let's see what I can do. Right guys, so using the bait boat for the very first time, I've got to be honest, very easy to use, really great. You only got to do it with one hand, and successfully got my baits out Friday night. Show you a little bit around it. Obviously it's got to have some JVA Carpy Adventure stuff on there. Very good looking bait boat I think guys. And at some point I will do a full review once I've used it enough to give you my thoughts. Morning guys, so 4:30 Saturday morning, the left hand rod, couple bleeps, didn't rattle off, just couple bleeps. Thought okay, have a look at it, then a couple bleeps the other way, and then pulled into a lovely 20-pound common. Taken out my right hand rod, so I'm going to have to redo that in a bit, but for now let's get this little beauty up and let you see her. Have already treated her with propolis, bottom left side of the mouth, Lovely. Do think she's going to kick up. She's been a bit feisty. There you go guys, look at that. Absolute beauty, look at that. Wow, show you the other side guys. Look at that guys, absolute beauty. Look at that, absolute beauty. Right guys, just going to release this little beauty. Let her get her breath back. Well, I don't think she wants breath. Look at that, what an absolute beauty. There she goes guys. Thank you very much. Morning guys, so it's about 5:30 Saturday morning, and as you would have seen I broke the blank and had that beautiful £20 common from the left hand rod, which was on CarpBasics pop-ups, Red Lobster pop-ups. In fact, let me show you. So it was on these little bad boys. Now while I'm on that guys, I want to show you that. You can see all those mixed colours. Now I'm going to have to ask Joff because I don't know for sure, but here at Mousehole you get a mixed pot of colours. I'll tell you what, I wish all suppliers would do that because it's great. It means you can pick and choose what colour you want. There's a really nice light pink in here, like a pastel pink, which is really good, and then there's also like a match the hatch red, which kind of matches what the baits are in, the red lobster crunch. Sorry, I was getting used to saying red tuna. So the lobster crunch, so really good. So just to show you guys before I put it back out, and I'm very keen to get it back out, so I'm going to make this bit quite quick. So that's what I've got it on guys, just a double yellow pop-up on a Ronnie rig, and it's been around lovely all the time. Very sharp, very sharp. Don't put hooks a hat without being super sharp guys, it's just not worth it. So that's going to be going back out with just small little mesh bag with a tag in so I can trap the hair whilst I throw it out. But what can I say? Well, I tell you what I can say. Thank you Joff. So guys, obviously at Mousehole they now stock and sell CarpBasics gear. So I'm trialling my own stuff, but I was blanking previously and tried CarpBasics for the first time, Ocean's Fruit. Night one I caught straight away. I think I had 2 fish that session, which I was well happy about. As you've been seeing from my vlogs, I've had a couple of blanks lately. So again, time for me to review CarpBasics, a different one this time, Lobster Crunch. Sure enough, first night out I catch a fish. Now I will say guys, Joff very kindly gave me the supplies I've got this weekend. So he gave me a bag of Lobster Crunch, gave me a pot of these amazing bad boys which I've already caught, and some lovely wafters guys. And I've got to be honest, I do like these. Oh, actually while I'm talking about these, I'll tell you what else he does, and I don't know if it's just for Mousehole or he does them in general, but fantastic. So if you guys know me for my solid PVA bags, which I love the dumbbell. You know, dumbbell for me in PVA bags is perfect, but he also does a mixed pot. So you get the dumbbell and you get the rounds in there in a match the hatch wafter, which guys, you know, I have every bit of faith in the CarpBasics products. I've got to say, they've really been doing the do for me, and when I blank, that's what I turn to. So I've currently tried 2 of their products now. Lobster Crunch, I keep going to say red tuna, sorry guys. Lobster Crunch, done it for me night 1. Ocean's Fruit, done it for me night 1. Ocean's Fruit been really successful, but then so has their all nut. So guys, pick your poison. If you're coming to Mousehole Lakes, can thoroughly recommend the CarpBasics products. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they have given me these to try, and I will be talking to Joff tomorrow. And I think maybe at some point, guys, I'm going to see if I can get Joff to do a little interview with me. I'm sure you guys would like to know his thoughts behind his bait. It's certainly doing a do for me, so can't thank you enough, Joff. Thank you very much. Lovely not to have a blank. Wow. So anyway, I'm dying to get this rod out, so I'm going to get this rod out, guys, and I'll give you a bit more of an update later. But £20 common, which was beautiful. I hope the photos come out well, because it was a really beautiful fish, pristine, hooked in the left lip, treated with propolis as always. Actually, it's still in my pocket, my jacket. Treated as propolis always, guys, and put back safely. Actually, I actually recorded that this time, so you would have seen that too. Alright guys, I need to get this rod out. I'm gagging to get it out. Catch up with you later. Morning guys. So just giving you, now that we've got a lovely bit of light outside, just giving you a bit of a morning update really. So obviously 4:30 I had that £20 common, which was caught on double yellow pop-ups from CarpBasics, their Lobster Crunch. So really happy about that. It's broken my blank for the last 2 sessions, which hasn't been good. And I was just doing a post on Instagram and Facebook and all, and I just kind of realised, guys, we always talk about what bait we've got, but very rarely talk about what the end tackle is that's helped us keep the fish on until we've landed it. So I'm going to go over, I generally use, this is for all time guys, I generally use Aptus tackle, end tackle. I started before lockdown and all that. Well, I started at lockdown. When they came out, I started using those products, and I've continued ever since. So for this one, a few of the products I'm going to just let you know that I've used. They're Aptus Pro Curve Shank. Not sure if you're going to see that, but that's the Pro Curve Shank hook, size 6, barbless. I always use that. This time I was using a Ronnie rig, which I don't use very often, but I was using double pop-up. So that's their Ronnie rig swivels, which are really good, guys. And something I have on all 3 of my rods, and that I always use, is the tungsten tubing. So I always use that, guys. That's always on all 3 of my rods. I've got that on. Fantastic stuff. Really, really good. Also, guys, you can buy Aptus tackle from Mousehole Lakes. So if you run short, pop to the shop, get some. If not, and you want to buy it online, here's a little code that will get you 10% off. Why not? Use it. Give them a try, guys. I really do find Aptus tackle really good stuff, really worth giving a try. And like I say, it's always what I've got on my rods, really. My end tackle is pretty much always that. They do leads. In fact, they're resistor bullet leads, which I don't have any here because I've lost a couple recently, but the resistor bullet leads, they are really good, guys. They're really, if there's one thing from them you want to have a look at, I'd look at their resistor bullet leads, their hooks, tungsten tubing, their putty. Actually, their putty, not sure if that'll focus or not. Putty's really good. And obviously the bio bait floss, that's really good as well, guys. So just a few products from Aptus tackle that I use pretty much all the time. Thought you should know about, guys. So I got the rods back out. When I had that fish at 4:30, it took out my right hand rod, so it's the left hand rod that went, took out the right hand rod, so I had to redo that. Probably about 5 o'clock. So as always, guys, I tend to leave my rods in till at least 9:30. For me, it's bite time up to 9:30. I won't pull rods in when I'm at Mousehole Lakes, and most places I find it's about that. So rods are staying in till then. Fingers crossed I can have another fish. I'll be honest, I've already caught on CarpBasics. First time using the Lobster Crunch. Really happy about that. Thank you, Joff, for supplying me with the bait. Really happy with that. So yeah, unless I have any other fish, no update, no further update for this morning, but I will get back to you guys if I have a fish. Alright guys, just going to give you a quick little update for Saturday afternoon. I had a bit of an investigation around with the new boat and the deeper. Everything seems to be working lovely, which is happy days. And found a couple of spots I'm going to go for. I had liners last night, so I wanted to try and get one a bit closer. I didn't quite go to the margin, so I've gone a bit halfway. So the right hand rod, which is on a solid PVA bag with two CarpBasics pink pop-ups. If you look for the end of the island here, in line with that, just about halfway. So there, that's got those two, I think they're either 8 or 10 mil pink pop-ups from CarpBasics, which are the Red Lobster Crunch. So my middle rod, which is two yellow pop-ups, CarpBasics Red Lobster Crunch, are tight to the island about there. And my last one, I've gone mid-channel again, just about there. That's a bottom bait topped with a yellow CarpBasics pop-up and a few freebies. So that's it for now, guys. I'll give you an update later when I put them out for the evening, or if I have any fish. Alright guys, a little bit earlier than what I expected, but it stopped raining, so it's a good opportunity to get the camera out and tell you what I'm going to be putting where for Saturday night. I have had them out during the daytime. So starting with my right hand rod, as always, it's going to be on CarpBasics Lobster Crunch. I'm going to be putting two bottom baits into the corner of this island. So just about there. That's going to be a double bottom bait with about a dozen or so baits around it. So that's going to be my right hand rod. My middle rod is, I'm going to go for just about here, so midway to the island. That's going to be a double yellow Lobster Crunch pop-up on a Ronnie rig, which is what did do me the bite last night. And I'm going to put half a can of corn over that as well. So now we'll go to my left hand rod. Again, you can look at the corner of the island, but I'm going to be off of it about 2 rod lengths actually, so about here. Again, it's CarpBasics Lobster Crunch. It's a yellow, single yellow pop-up in a solid PVA bag, and again I'm going to put about half a corn of that. So the middle rod and left hand rod are both getting about half a can of corn. They're both on yellow Lobster Crunch pop-ups, and my single bottom bait is going to have about a dozen baits around it, maybe a bit more. I might see what I can ping over there during the night. So that's it for now, guys. I'm going to get the rods out in a little bit of time, and if I get any fish, then obviously I'll be giving you an update. Hi guys, so little reminder about the current competition. And if you didn't see last month's vlog, or last month, if you didn't see the last vlog, I announced a competition to win one of these bad boys. Look at that, check that out. JVA Carpe Adventures exclusive mug. So this is going to be a mug on a mug competition. So how can you win one of those exclusive mugs? I know you're dying to know. So essentially, first thing guys, you have to be subscribed to my channel. So subscribe to JVA Carpe Adventures on YouTube. Secondly, any one of the vlogs that you've seen the competition in, put a comment of what you would like to see on my channel. So essentially it's just suggestions for things you might like me to cover, like it might be a review of a product, it might be a little bit of my bait making thing that I do, it might be on a rig, it might be on the lake itself, or on a swim on the lake, providing it's one that I do actually know and I have covered. So put your suggestions in below, guys. Really important that I get feedback from you guys, and that I try and put something up on the channel that you guys actually want to see. So that's the mug on a mug competition. Be sure to get it in. Whilst I'm talking about that and subscribers, thank you guys for all the guys that have subscribed. If you haven't, please do. Also thank you to all the guys that regularly leave me messages of support. Really do appreciate it, guys. It's lovely to hear, and to be fair, that's my reason for continuing with my YouTube channel, because of you guys. So really appreciate it. Keep it up. If you know any mates, please recommend my channel to them. Let's get some more subscribers on board. That'd be really cool. Morning, guys. So 4:30 again on night number 2. This time the middle rod goes off, which happens to be on exactly the same bait that went off yesterday. So it's 2 yellow CarpBasics Red Lobster Crunch pop-ups on a Ronnie rig. Same rig, same bait, same time, and another common. So let's get this little beauty up and we'll show you. It comes in at £18.10. Just had to try and remember that. Already treated the wound with propolis, as I always do before I take the pictures, guys. Always make sure you got it with you. Always make sure you got something like that with you, guys. Look at that little beauty, guys. Beautiful, aren't they? Look at that tail. Beautiful. Show you the other side, guys. Look at that, guys. Absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. Behaving very well for me. Look at that tail. Oh God, so beautiful, guys, eh? Let's get some pics and we'll get this little beauty back. Absolute beauty. Gonna let it rest for a bit. Oh, I think she wants to go. There she goes. Thank you for the visit. Yes! Morning, guys. So 5 o'clock Sunday morning at the minute, and I've just put back my other fish, my second fish, a lovely £18.10 common, which is what I want to talk to you about, really. So both my fish have come off their Red Lobster Crunch, but both of my takes have both come off their double yellow pop-ups on a Ronnie rig. And that's really the reason I want to talk to you. I generally rarely use pop-ups and Ronnie rigs because I've not caught as much in them. And yet now, on this session, where I've had previous blanks, on this session I've got back-to-back fish, both on pop-ups on a Ronnie rig. I'm thinking to myself, am I missing a trick here? Actually, before I go on about that, excuse me, I just want to say I didn't think I was going to get another fish. I've got guys either side of me that are putting in shed loads of bait, and that's really what I want to talk to you about. Guys, if you come to Mousehole, it's not really neither of the lakes, Kingfisher or Kestrel, are the places to be piling in loads and loads of bait, and by that I mean kilos. I've seen both sides, kilos of bait. You don't need to. I've had I can't see it right now. I've had a 1 kilo bag that I've still got boilies remaining in. You know, I put maybe 12 boilies out over each bait. That's it. I am fishing for a bite, a single bite each time. And with the amount that's gone in either side, I didn't think it was going to happen for me tonight. So really happy it has. But just a little bit of advice, if you come into Mousehole, guys, it's not the place to pile loads and loads of bait. You're not going to build up a massive hit of fish normally, and I'm not saying that Carl from CarpBasics hasn't done it. He has. I'm saying as a general rule, it's not the way to go. Go for one bite at a time here, small, and top up if you like. That's also good, and I haven't been, if I'm honest. That went out at 4 o'clock yesterday. It's taken 12 hours and it's gone off. And incidentally, both fish have both come at 4:30 in the morning. 2 commons, 4:30 in the morning on the exact same bait, exact same rig. So it's definitely opened my eyes up to. I mean, I have fallen totally in love with my multi-rig, and I've had so many captures on it. But I can promise you now, every time I'm here, I'm going to be putting a pop-up out every single time now. Like I've been missing a trick, and that's my bad. So guys, learn from my mistakes. I've always said, to be honest, I've pretty much always said I don't favour pop-ups here. I favour pop-ups and bottom baits and wafters. And wafters are normally what I've had 90% of my captures on. But this trip, look at that, back-to-back fish on pop-ups. So I guess I'm giving new advice, guys. If you want to take it or not, it's up to you. But pop-ups definitely seem to work here, and I'll be honest, I have had pop-ups on Kestrel as well when I was in Swim Free a few vlogs back, so pop-ups definitely do work at Mousehole. I wouldn't ignore it, and I would go for the colours. If I'm honest, yellow seems to be really successful at the minute. That's not to say I haven't caught my PB on a red wafter, which I have, but you know, I think different times you should, you know, I always try and have something different on each of the rods. Bit surprised my solid PVA bag hasn't gone off. I always have like so much faith on solid PVA bags. In fact, it's really my primary fishing tactic, to be fair, but now I've kind of gone one PVA bag, 2 lead clips, 1 bottom bait and 1 pop-up, and it's the pop-up that's been going. So that's your early morning update, guys. I'll give you another update later. Thanks for watching if you're still watching this far. Morning, guys. So actually this little bit is just to give some thanks to my girlfriend. Actually, girlfriend Emma, she's been fishing with me a few times. She'll come in the good weather, not in the cold weather. Don't blame her, it's not great. But she's just had a big operation recently. She's off work at home, bored out of her head. All the time I've known her, always supports me during my fishing and everything I do. Actually, everything I do. So not just fishing, but she loves that I love my fishing and I'm into it. So this is to you, Emma. Massive thank you for all you do for me and for all the support you give me with my fishing, my YouTube channel and everything else. Really appreciate it. I hope you get well soon, love. And I'll be leaving early to take you for breakfast today. Don't worry, I've had 2 fish, so it's all good. I'll be leaving early. See you later, hon. And for all you guys that have got a good missus out there, treat them well, guys. Happy days. And she also has one of these mugs, guys. Look at that. A mug on a mug. You got her into that competition. Mug on a mug competition. Morning, guys. So 7 o'clock Sunday morning. Been fortunate enough to have 2 fish this weekend, both on CarpBasics double yellow pop-ups on a Ronnie rig. Happy days, no blank for me this session. So I'm going to start packing up now, guys, so I'm going to do a closure. If I get anything while I'm packing away, then obviously I'll show you. A couple of things, you know, I'm still learning every time I go fishing, guys, and a couple of things I've kind of picked up on this session. Mainly, I shouldn't fall in love with my own rigs, which is what I do. I love my multi-rig. I've caught so many fish in it and I just use it too much without experimenting a bit more. So this session I've used Ronnie rig, which I do use now and again, and I have caught now and again, but I don't use every single time I go out. And yet both my bites from this session have come from a Ronnie rig with a double little yellow pop-up on. So I can't ignore it, can I? If I'm at Mousehole Lakes, I've got to have at least 1 rod on a pop-up, probably on a Ronnie rig as well. On a Ronnie rig, 2 little bright yellow pop-ups I've done me to do this weekend, so I definitely take that from it. Also, like I said to you previously, the guys either side of me have been putting quite a lot of bait in. That's not something I do, and obviously I did think it would hamper my chances of catching, but fortunately it hasn't. I've caught, so happy days. The other thing is, got a new bait boat, the ND2 bait boat. So I'm going to do a review on that, guys, once I've got used to using it a bit. So I'll give you a bit more footage, but it's been really good this session. Really pleased I've changed from my Wave Runner Atom to the ND tackle boat. And the point I was going to say is they sell a mount for the deeper, which I'll be honest, guys, I had a mount on the other one and it wasn't all that good. You know, it is fixed. Once you put it down to level of the water, it's fixed. It'll bobble up and down, and it does affect your reading slightly. Whereas the one from ND Tackle, which is like 30 quid off of Amazon, it's got a singular pin that moves up and down, so it's always a floating design, and it's always in direct contact with just the level of the water, exactly where it wants to be. And as simple as it is, it works really well, guys. So if you're thinking about it, getting an ND2 bait boat, definitely get the mount if you've got a sonar. It works fantastically, really good. So don't forget to put your comments in for a mug on a mug competition that'll be running for the next month. And if you haven't already, guys, and you like this sort of thing, please hit the subscribe. If you've enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully we'll watch some more, hit that like for me. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So for now, only leaves me to say stay safe, stay fishing, guys, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Alright guys, yeah, totally did forget to do something at the lake, so I've had to do it at home. Anyway, here we go. Point of this weekend was I was actually reviewing CarpBasics Red Lobster Crunch. So I've had these, and actually both my bites have come from these lovely little yellow pop-ups. But one of the things I want to show you guys, firstly you get a really nicely sealed bag, but the main point of these are really, apart from them having some fantastic bait, they're also steamed, which means they're very soft, very crunchable, flake real easy into nothing. So when I was with Bait Solutions, their baits were steamed as well, guys, which I really have a lot of faith in. And I'll be honest, there's not a lot of difference between this Red Lobster Crunch, Bait Solutions Red Tuna, very similar. CarpBasics also have an all nut, which is like total nuts. So, you know, I really do feel it's really good quality bait. And as I say, proof is in the pudding. Both times I've used CarpBasics products I've caught, and that's been on the back of me having blanks. So if you're at Mousehole Lakes, guys, and you're a bit lost of what to do, you won't go far wrong than trying the CarpBasics stuff. If you've got your own stuff and you're happy with it, then stick with it. But if you're at a loss of what to do, on sale at Mousehole Lakes is the CarpBasics range. And also don't forget, I'm also using the Aptus tackle range as well, which is also on sale at Mousehole Lakes. So if you need any of them, guys, go to the on-site shop and get them.